Good afternoon, everyone. This is Michael with ALGVacations education team. I want to welcome everyone to today's virtual fam trip with Outrigger Hotels and Resorts featuring Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort. For these virtual fams, we've actually hired the best professional videographers to help us deliver the best resort experience for you. Before we get started, though, I just wanted to share that this event is being recorded. So if you are interrupted during the event, you will be able to view the remainder of today's virtual fam in the ALG education calendar a little bit later this afternoon. So look forward to that. Also, we encourage you to ask questions via the Q&A panel on your webinar dashboard. And it's my pleasure to welcome Cassie Simpson. She's the Area Director of Sales, and Carly Clement. She's the General Manager with Outrigger Hotels and Resorts. So welcome to the both of you. Cassie and Carly will be assisting with the questions you have about this fabulous resort property immediately following our FAM. So thank you again for joining us today, Cassie and Carly. Also, one last piece of good news. One lucky attendee will win a random drawing for a Duke's package, 4 nights for 2 plus breakfast. So good luck to all of you. We're going to announce our lucky winner via the email that you shared when you registered for today's event. So again, good luck. And now let me deliver what you've been waiting to see. I'm going to restart that because some people had some audio issues. I apologize for that, everyone.
Aloha, my name is Carly Clement, General Manager at Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort. Outrigger Hotels and Resorts is a Hawaii-based company. My name is Carly Clement, General Manager at Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort. We are a global company with 25 Outrigger Hotels and Resorts is a Hawaii-based company with the mission around over 70 years. Beach resort brand. We are a global company with nearly 20 properties in 3 different countries. And today, with the mission to be the premier beach resort Voyager 47 Club Lounge, we have nearly 20 properties in Hawaii. After spending over a decade in Hawaii at beautiful Voyager 47 Club Lounge at iconic Outrigger Waikiki Beach. We're on the widest stretch of Waikiki Beach. After spending over a decade in Hawaii, and I have to say, this is truly the most spectacular place. There are hundreds of shops. We're on the widest stretch of Waikiki Beach. I love to start my morning at the Oasis at the hotel. There are hundreds of shops and dining experiences just steps away. Then it's off. I love to start my morning at the Sunrise Shack with the coconut bullet coffee to fuel me for the day's Voyager 47 Club Lounge. Then it's off for a stroll on beautiful Waikiki Beach, as well as beautiful breathtaking views of Diamond Head. Then back up to Voyager 47 Club Lounge for some delicious food, sand, and maybe even beautiful breathtaking views of Diamond Head. After a full day of adventure, after that it's off to the ocean for some sun, surf, and sand, and maybe even a catamaran ride. Live and after a full day of adventures, you can catch me at Duke's Waikiki, sipping my Mai Tai and enjoying some local property and our hosts are the heartbeat of Waikiki. If there's a headliner you know in Hawaii, you can find me there also. This property and our hosts are the heartbeat of Waikiki, where you can experience all we have to offer. E komo mai.
To talk about Outrigger's clean commitment. One of the 4 keys of creating guests for life here at the front desk to talk about Outrigger's clean commitment. One of the 4 keys of creating guests for life is proactivity. The advantage that Outrigger Waikiki Beach have taken such a proactive approach in keeping our guests safe. The advantage that Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort has had is that we have stayed open through the whole pandemic, and this has allowed our hosts to practice and perfect Outrigger's clean commitment protocols.
Ecolab, a have partnered with Ecolab, a global leader in hospitality sanitation, to develop Outrigger's clean commitment. Increased sanitation, this is a 68-page guideline that we follow to a T at every one of our properties. We've also implemented new technologies such as increased sanitation, post-health checks, as well as social disinfection and high. We've also implemented new technologies such as UV wands and electrostatic sprayers behind our masks to ensure disinfection in high traffic areas. With all of these new guidelines, we still ensure service with a smile behind our masks.
We're here in our spacious guest rooms. All of our rooms offer either a room with 2 double beds or a room with 1 king-size bed. We're here in our spacious majority of our rooms offer either a room with 2 double beds or a room with 1 king-size bed, and majority of our rooms offer a sofa bed. Room with this amazing view. All of our oceanfront rooms and suites feature all glass railings. This is our oceanfront room with this amazing view. Pacific Ocean. All of our oceanfront rooms and suites you can enjoy all glass railings music from your private views of Pacific Ocean. And this is our club level diamond head. You can enjoy Duke's live evening music from your private panoramic views of the iconic Diamond Head. And this is our club level diamond head oceanfront suite. In fact, can enjoy panoramic views of the iconic Diamond Head, Pacific Ocean, and gorgeous evening sunset. This room features a one-bedroom, 47 club rooms are on the top 3 levels of the bedroom area. This room features a one-bedroom, so it is ideal for family traveling together. There is a separate bedroom area, as well as a wonderful living room area and 2 bathrooms. And of course, the Lanais are here to enjoy the Pacific Ocean and the wonderful view of Waikiki.
This is the award-winning Voyager 47 Club Lounge. For guests who are staying in our dedicated club floors, they can enjoy this is the award-winning Voyager 47 Club Lounge. For guests who are staying in our dedicated club floors, they can enjoy enhanced in-room amenities with complimentary in-room premium Wi-Fi, gorgeous club lounge via our exclusive express elevator. Just look at this amazing view of Diamond Head. Gorgeous club lounge overlooking the shores of Waikiki Beach. Any club lounge in Waikiki. Just look at this amazing view of Diamond Head. I have to say this is really the best view of any club lounge in Waikiki. Sunset with complimentary guests can start the day off in paradise with complimentary full breakfasts, and then unwind at sunset with complimentary evening award-winning local craft beers and select wines. And we have Drew, the Voyager general manager at Hula Grill, with us by the award-winning culinary team from Hula Grill. And we have Drew Crocker, General Manager at Hula Grill, with us today. Hi, Drew.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi.
The cuisine
Drew, can you tell us about the dishes Voyager 47 Club Lounge guests can enjoy?
Chef-driven, handcrafted. The cuisine you'll enjoy here at Voyager 47 is a daily rotating menu of Hawaii regional cuisine.
What types of dishes
chef-driven,
can guests enjoy
handcrafted,
including
fresh line-caught fish, some of our most creative cuisine, featuring 2 hot dishes as well as cold options for our guests to enjoy. In the morning, some of our most creative cuisine, as well as featuring 2 hot dishes as well as cold options for our guests to enjoy. In the mornings, you also have selections such as one of our favorites is our breakfast BLT, as well as our delicious breakfast tacos. The mornings you also have selections such as house-made cinnamon buns to enjoy, house-made granola
in the evening, enjoying a beautiful sunset here at the Voyager 47 Club Lounge and island-inspired juices,
especially when you pair
it
up
in the evening, enjoying a beautiful sunset here at the Voyager 47 Club Lounge.
Items such as
is amazing,
especially when you pair it up with the fresh cuisine Chef Paul Rivera delivers. Items such as kabocha hummus with fresh local vegetables. You have a house-made ahi dip with taro chips. And a pork-bellied bao bun with hoisin sauce. It's absolutely delicious.
You're making me hungry.
Pair that up with
and
fresh
Hula
local
Grill
beers.
Is right next door to the Club Lounge,
and
right?
glass wines.
Yes.
And you're off to a good start. Club Lounge and Hula Grill are basically one restaurant. They sit
Hula
right
Grill
beside
is right
one
next door to the Club
Guests
Lounge,
that are
right?
enjoying Voyager 47 Club Lounge and Hula Grill are basically one restaurant. They sit right beside one another. As well as the guests that are enjoying Voyager 47 Club Lounge are welcome to stay and enjoy dinner with our chef-inspired cuisine from Hula Grill, as well as the best views of Diamond Head from any restaurant in Waikiki. We have creative, delicious cuisine with the most genuine. Hula Grill is a must-try restaurant anywhere. We have the best creative, delicious cuisine any restaurant in Waikiki. The most genuine, we offer hospitable service of dining experiences for breakfast, the best views of Diamond Head 7 a.m. any restaurant in Waikiki. We offer a fabulous selection of dining experiences for breakfast, lunch, and dinner from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
Aloha, we are here on the lobby level at Outrigger Waikiki in front of Blue Note, Hawaii, and I am here with Martha Saruji, we are here on the lobby level at Outrigger Waikiki in front of Blue Note, Hawaii, and I am here with Martha Saruji, who is the Director of Sales and Marketing for Blue Note, Hawaii.
Is the state's premier live music venue.
Hi. So can you tell us a little bit about Blue Note, Hawaii?
In 1981, Blue Note, Hawaii is the state's premier live music venue, but we were founded in New York in 1981 as a jazz club. In addition to jazz, it's world-renowned for jazz, but where Hawaii is unique is we present all different kinds of music. So in addition to jazz, as well as international touring, rock and reggae, R&B, and we present the best of our local music scene as well as international touring.
You have comedians. I've always loved how Blue Note Hawaii's schedule is such a mixed plate of so many different things. A lot of local talent as well, such as iconic musicians from the mainland, but you also have a lot of local talent as well, such as Henry Kapono and
told a few jokes here.
What other iconic
so many. We've had acts that will typically play in arena.
Told a few jokes
thousands
here.
Of people will come and play our small room of just over 300. We've had acts that will typically play in arena. Thousands of people will come and play our small room of just over 300. So acts like Tower of Power, Air Supply, George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic did their farewell tour here.
So fun.
For comedy, we've had Amy Schumer pop in, Marlon Wayans does a yearly birthday residency with us.
So fun. Also, one of my
like
favorite
said,
things about Blue Note Hawaii is their food and beverage menu as well as their cocktail list. One of my favorite things about Blue Note Hawaii is their food and beverage menu as well as their cocktail list, because I've definitely
had a
few in there.
And one thing
Can you
that's
tell us
unique
a little
about Blue
bit
Note
about
is we're
your
a full-service supper
updated
club.
food and beverage
So
menu?
a lot of live music
we have a great food and beverage menu,
and one thing that's unique about Blue Note is we're a full-service supper club. So a lot of live music venues, you'll just go and stand and watch a concert while you watch. You get a table and a server that comes and serves you your drinks and dinner, and you can actually have supper while you watch these iconic entertainers.
It's such an experience, definitely. Right now, we're on Waikiki Beach with Tammy Moniz and Faith Surf School. Right now, we're on Waikiki Beach with Tammy Moniz and Faith Surf School.
So my family, my husband was a competitive surfer when I met him in the 80s. He traveled the world, surfing on the ASP, which is like the WSL was a competitive surfer when I met him in the 80s. He traveled the world, surfing on the ASP, which is like the WSL right now, the world championship. It became a natural thing for them to surf, and he would travel all over the world. And when we had children, it became a natural thing for them to surf because we had our surf school here. It is the Outrigger of Waikiki. The Outrigger Waikiki is a special place in Waikiki. I would say that it is the heartbeat of Waikiki, and it was our dream to come in and be here. But it would seem so far-fetched, but we would always look down here and just wish that we could be here. So the moment that we got asked to run our surf school, Faith Surf School from the Outrigger, to see the most perfect waves. It was like a dream come true. It is still a dream come true to walk on this beach and to see the most perfect waves. To come when you come to Waikiki, right here where history was started and modern day surfing started, right on these sands, and do a surf lesson right here where history was started and modern day surfing started right on the first time, second time, third time, and you've never surfed. A treasure. Just do it once. And so if you're coming and visiting for the first time, second time, third time, and you've never surfed, and if you don't, just do it once. I would tell everybody, just do it once. If you love it, you have a lifetime to continue it. And if you don't, then hey, you did it once in a very historic place. There's no place in the world like Waikiki. In Waikiki, the water, the air, is where the waves are, and the wave is this fabulous. In Waikiki, all the way in, you can go left where we teach surfing. If you're a beginner student, you have a lot of time to get up and ride the wave. All the way in, you can go left and right. We teach you. If you're a beginner student, you have a lot of time to get up and ride the wave. Turning, and it's intermediate student, we teach you how to advance in your techniques from cross-stepping to turning, and it's just the most magical wave to learn. Canoe surfing is another thing you can experience that's for generations. Is the canoe surfing. Back in the day, the old canoe surfing has been going on for generations. That's how they would travel. Back in the day, the old ancient Hawaiians would use the canoe to surf in, and that's how they would travel. This is one place in cars and horses that they would travel by ocean and ride waves. So when you come here, this is one place in all the world that you can get on a canoe and ride waves, and visitors can come and ride waves. So please enjoy, come to Hawaii, come to Waikiki, and enjoy a lesson right on the beach where you can grab your board, Waikiki is so special. Or not only that, it is centered in Waikiki and right on the beach where you can grab your board, where you can surf, or set up your umbrella and come and lounge out. It's also a place where you can come to a hotel and really feel in Hawaii true aloha. From people from Hawaii. You can feel the experience of being brought up in Hawaii, of being served in Hawaii from people from Hawaii. Another thing that the Outrigger has is the experience you get is far beyond any hotels that I've visited. Another thing that the Outrigger has is amenities. Not only do you have a surf school here, you have to Hawaii wants to come restaurant, which is an icon in Waikiki. Everyone that comes to Waikiki, comes to Hawaii, wants to come and visit Duke's restaurant. There's pictures of old Duke and his brothers and his friends, and it's like you go back in history and you can come with Sandy Deli and Quicksilver and from the beach. The Sunrise Shack. The other thing is that we have so many goodness, and we have right in this hotel. You don't have to go anywhere. Silver and the Sunrise Shack, it's just filled with so many goodness over here, right in this hotel. You don't have to go anywhere.
We're at world-famous Duke's Waikiki, the original barefoot bar and home to Duke Kahanamoku himself.
Aloha,
Here we are with
Kaylee
Eagleveya,
how are you? I cannot
Duke's
complain. It's a
Waikiki's
beautiful
general
day.
manager. So what's the vibe?
Aloha, how are you?
The vibe of Duke's Waikiki is
I cannot complain. It's a beautiful day.
So what's the vibe of Duke's Waikiki?
The vibe of Duke's Waikiki is obviously the original barefoot bar, enjoy a beer, surf, Waikiki's Beach Boys, and just be outside. It's unbelievable. Sit down, relax, enjoy a beer, surf, listen to music, and just be outside. It's unbelievable.
So Kaylee, what kind of dishes with this view, I mean, you can't really go wrong.
Never, you can't beat this. Look at it.
So Kaylee, what kind of dishes does Duke's Waikiki serve?
We have calamari, we have a bunch of stuff. We have our famous appetizer menu where we have our poke tacos, we have calamari, we have coconut shrimp, all of those good things. But we also have, fresh fish where it's daily. We have our prime rib.
That's my favorite
we
drink
also
here.
have
what kind of music is played here?
You can't every 7 days a week we have live music.
That's my favorite drink here.
Monday through Thursday,
what kind of music
sets
is
a day,
played
and on the
here?
weekend we have 4 sets every day, 7 days a week we have live music for everybody. We have Monday through Thursday, 2 sets a day, and on the weekend we have 4 sets a day. So there's always something for everybody. And from anywhere from Henry Kopono, it's primarily local musicians. Actually, it's all local musicians. And from anywhere from Henry Kopono to somebody who just started. The first thing is gigs a couple of weeks ago. We're giving opportunity to everybody. Our biggest
what
draw.
do people love
Henry's
about
unbelievable. He's a friend. Well, he's a family the first thing is live music. Henry Kopono every Sunday is our biggest draw. Henry is unbelievable. He's a friend. He's a family member to Duke's Waikiki. And every Sunday when he plays music, the people come in droves. Come in and get a meal. Look at it. I mean, we're on the beach. So it's easy to get sandy, wet, surf, and do those things. Come in and get a meal and go right back out if you want to.
to give you Thank you for joining us on a tour of Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort. Before we go into the Q&A, we'd like to give you a preview of the exciting transformation of Outrigger's flagship property, Outrigger Reef Waikiki Beach Resort. Sharing all of the enhancements is General Manager Marcus Krebs.
We are currently undergoing I'm Marcus Krebs, General Manager of the Outrigger Reef Waikiki Beach Resort. We are currently undergoing an $80 million transformation of the property rooted in Hawaiian contemporary beachfront retreat. I'd like to share with you a preview of today. I'd like to share with you a preview as well as fully renovated guest rooms and suites to the property, as well as some of the exciting updates to the property. Has been a for decades, Hawaiian culture. Outrigger Reef has been a beacon of Hawaiian culture, one of a kind award-winning cultural programming, daily life, one of a kind Hawaiian artifact, spectacular daily life, Hawaiian music. In reimagining the resort location, we sought to preserve reimagining the resort that makes the Outrigger Reef special for guests. All that also bringing in Outrigger Reef special for guests, while also bringing in guests will experience a fresh new vision of Waikiki. Guests will experience a fresh new vision of Waikiki. Our renovated guest rooms have a modern upscale residential. Our renovated guest rooms have a modern upscale residential feel with a tropical mid-century Polynesian design. With a tropical mid-century modern artwork is found in every single carefully curated artwork is found in every single guest room and adorning the hallways. Contemporary sea life illustration photography alongside contemporary sea life illustration, original voyaging alongside an impressive celebrated native original voyaging artwork, celebrated native Hawaiian historian Pacific Tower. On the top 18th floor of our Grand Navigator experience, guests can reserve a Grand Navigator experience suites, a collection of 4 luxurious penthouse suites most esteemed that are named in the Premier Grand Navigator most esteemed navigator. 2-bedroom Premier Grand Navigator suite with a large outdoor deck 2-bedroom accommodation with a large outdoor deck overlooking Waikiki small groups and families. It's perfect travelers for entertaining small groups suite and families. For truly remarkable stay, a single suite or for truly remarkable other new enhancements to the resort include the opening other new enhancements to the resort include the opening of Monkey Pot Kitchen by Merriman, Hawaii Regional Culinary Pioneer, Chef and the Hawaii Regional Cuisine Founder, Chef Peter Merriman, Kanikapila Grill, the signature beachfront restaurant of Hawaii. Kanikapila Grill will be or as it's known with the largest Hawaiian music and additional will be expanding seating with a larger stage. More guests can enjoy additional open air seating. So more guests can enjoy our new wellness wing will include spa treatment rooms. Our new wellness wing will include a spa treatment rooms, fitness center with immersive kids programming, and a new fitness center with immersive fitness programming. You can keep up equipment from all the latest updates on our exciting property with all the latest updates on our exciting property transformation. We look forward to OutriggerAdvisor.com. We look forward to welcoming guests at our contemporary beachfront as it should be, rooted in our contemporary beachfront retreat, rooted in Hawaiian culture. Mahalo.
Okay, well, there's certainly something about the video format that certainly elevates these virtual FAMs for us. Thanks so much for investing your time and energy into delivering this for all of us today. And now that we've got Cassie and Carly with all of their insider knowledge and a very large group of travel advisors joining us today, I'd like to start some Q&A if you don't mind. So I'll pose this to either Cassie or Carly. There's a lot that you showed on this virtual FAM, from the amazing views of Diamond Head to the Club Lounge, to the Blue Note Hawaii and Duke's Waikiki. But my first question to you is, what do you think makes Outrigger different than all of the other resort properties nearby in Hawaii?
Such a great question, Michael. And I just wanted to say something before we dive into the Q&A. The first thing is, this is not a virtual background. This is live. This is Waikiki this morning. As you can see, that there's some waves down there. So maybe after this is done, Carly and I might sneak away for a minute and go catch some waves. But before we dive into the Q&A, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for joining us today. It looks like we have close to 250 participants. And, we just wanted to say mahalo for your time. And, thank you for spending the last hour with us and letting us show you what Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort has to offer everyone. And thank you so much to the ALG team. Michael, thank you so much for all of your help, and as well as Diana, thank you so much for your partnership. And we just look forward to continuing to partner with you and this team. So back to your question, Michael, what makes Outrigger different? I would definitely say it's our hosts. And when I say hosts, that's actually our staff. And we call them our hosts because they take such pride and care in welcoming our guests to our resort. And they truly believe that Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort is their home, and they're welcoming all of our guests to their home. So I would definitely say that's the biggest thing that sets us apart from all of the other properties in Waikiki. It's not the view, it's not the rooms, it's our heart. And our heart is our hosts. And we do our service through the 4 keys, which is warmth, personalization, awareness, and proactivity. And if I can say, over the last year, our hosts have taken such a proactive approach in keeping all of our guests safe. And, we've learned so many things from last year. And I will say, I'm so impressed with the way that our hosts have taken care of our guests and been so proactive and so genuine.
And touching on what Cassie said, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts is a Hawaii-based hospitality company. And that, I think, sets us apart from any other corporate or cookie cutter brands, around us. And it really makes, every one of our hosts serve with their heart. And I think that is truly, like as Cassie said, our hosts are the most important piece of all of this and of the hospitality and warmth that you'll experience as you come to Honolulu.
Yeah, it's just like everything else. It always comes down to the people around you. And I appreciate that answer. That's wonderful news. And I was wondering, with Hawaii, it's so culture centric. How do you embrace the Hawaiian culture at the resort property?
I think, really being able to deliver cultural activities, genuine cultural activities. And we have an amazing director of culture, Luana, Auntie Luana, as you may call her here. And if you've ever had the chance to meet Auntie Luana, it's something where you could take a lei making class or a hula class with her 1 year, and every year you can return to the same resort and continue to grow. And she'll remember you, and she'll remember what you've learned, what you might have forgotten, what you can improve upon. But it's that warmth. It's like returning to your auntie's house, right? She is able to help you every step along the way and will remember you forever.
And my favorite thing about our cultural activities, as Carly mentioned, the lei making classes, you aren't just going to make a lei. She's going to give you the history of what the lei represents in our culture, as well as the flowers that she's using. Where do they grow? How do they grow? What time of year do they grow best? And as you're stringing your lei, she goes over with you how it ties into the Hawaiian culture. Same thing with all of our other cultural activities, like our mini surf lessons. I mean, there's a lot of history that is tied to all of our cultural activities, which I think is what ties us as a company and a property to the Hawaiian culture.
So how good is that Faith surf school? Will I be able to get up on a surfboard the first day?
Yes, we're going, Michael, we're going. When are we going? We're ready.
That sounds just amazing. So can you speak to kind of what's around the resort property, maybe like some shops or activities that are available nearby?
Definitely. So not only is Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort's location beachfront, it is also very prime in Waikiki. So we are close to over 200 shops that are local dining, local shopping. We also have some name brand stores on Kalakaua Avenue, which is the main road in Waikiki. So there is a lot of dining and shopping around the area, as well as International Marketplace, located just right across the street from our property.
That sounds amazing. So as far as, setting up a client, what type of clientele is this best suited for? Is primarily families, multi-generational families, couples? What would you recommend?
All of the above. All of the above. I think Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort is such a catch-all. It can suit every type of traveler, and we have the guest room accommodations for every traveler. You know, if it's a younger couple looking to learn how to surf and looking for a good time, it's the perfect thing for them. We do have quite a lot of families, and it's multi-generational. I think that's one of my favorite things about this property is I've only been here for about 5 years, but I've seen grandparents take their kids here, and then their kids take their kids here. I mean, the past couple of years, I just love that part of this property. And also we do have the Voyager 47 Club Lounge, which is perfect for families. Also a great romantic getaway property. If you're looking to get away with your honey and you need a couple of days from the mainland, you know, this definitely is the perfect property for you as well.
I'm glad you brought that up because Matthew had asked about where the most romantic area of the resort is.
Right here.
Yes, I would say right here. Yes. I would definitely say this is our Diamond Head 1-bedroom suite. This is, and I think this is my favorite word to describe this room, is it's very romantic. I mean, you wake up to this every morning and you can sit here on your lanai. You know, your honey can go downstairs, grab some coffee and an acai bowl for you, and you can enjoy it right here and look at Diamond Head and watch the waves. And, you know, also we are beachfront, so you can run down there, run for a dip, and it's definitely, I would say, the most romantic part of the property, though, is this room.
I mean, there's something spectacular about this view. I mean, I've lived here for 10 years, and every time when I stand on this lanai, and there's 2 lanais, by the way, there's one other over this way, but it's just something that just stops me every time and is breathtaking. And whether it's coffee or maybe a champagne toast in the evenings, you can sometimes hear just the waves and the music and just everything in Waikiki, but it's just tranquility at its best.
Yeah, I'm sure many of us would love to jump through our computer screens to join you two. So thank you for that. Georgia is asking, she's actually got a couple looking for a honeymoon location. She's asking, would the Outrigger be one, or would you suggest a location for that?
Oh, I would definitely recommend this property for sure. For sure, Georgia, yes.
Okay, and as long as we're on romance here, Lisa's asking about wedding packages available at the resort.
Yes, we actually are in the process of revamping our kind of wedding offerings right now. So we're looking at it, you know, with the rooms for your guests, for example, destination weddings, and then of course what the actual ceremony and reception could offer. So we are in the process of revamping that.
Okay, thanks. I'm just kind of rolling through some of the questions coming in. Holly just wants to confirm whether this virtual fam was for the Outrigger Reef or the Outrigger Waikiki Beach.
So this is for the Outrigger Waikiki Beach. And Holly, we did take a few minutes towards the end there and slide in a little bit of information about our Outrigger Reef, because we are coming out of a renovation and actually opening up the property in just, I think we're 2 weeks out pretty much. So we did take a little bit of time towards the end of the video, yes, to talk about the Outrigger Reef, but we are at the Outrigger Waikiki right now.
Yeah, that was an extra bonus I didn't expect. You know, I thought that was really kind of nice that you added that. So where did the $80 million in renovations go to in that resort, Reno?
I mean, first off, our guest rooms, an amazing transformation of each of the guest rooms. And if any of you have been there, it has been probably over 10 years or so since those rooms have been through a refresh. But really opens up the colors, brings in the ocean with the blues and some of the undertones, and also being able to highlight some of our amazing culture with Herb Kane and our Hawaiian artists. I think we're continuing that process as we move into the fall and through this summer. We're continuing the public area. So you saw a little sneak preview of Monkey Pod, which is a very exciting, amazing, game-changing restaurant partner for us, where they're going to open up the space and you'll be able to really touch and feel the ocean there. And I think all of our retail partners as well, we're enhancing those throughout the resort, but it's a spectacular transformation from technology, new furniture, just a completely different ambiance to the resort.
Yeah, it's so nice to have all those extras with the technology that you're just not used to. I mean, you're used to them at home. A lot of people have these smart homes now, and the hotels and the resorts are now just catching up. And it's so nice to stay at something that's recently renovated. So definitely look forward to a first stay there. Holly just wanted to confirm when the renovations would be complete at the Outrigger Waikiki Beach.
I would say with the rest of the public space towards the end of October, probably later fall. And then with the restaurant and everything, probably the end of the year.
Okay, thank you. And Christina had a question. She's wondering if you still offer the complimentary trolley at Outrigger Resorts.
Most recently, we do not. We do not offer that a part of our resort charge any longer.
All right.
Yeah, and many of the trolleys have stopped just with social distancing. Combining that many people in one spot doesn't make people feel as safe at this point in time.
Well, okay, good. And we always get a lot of questions about, COVID protocols and what's the latest status at the resort. So can you kind of speak to the capacity at the resort, mask wearing, and any protocols that travel advisors should be made aware of?
Yeah, I think for the resort itself, we follow state guidelines as always. So capacity, there's no restrictions on our hotel occupancy, but I would say we have been busy, but of course safe with Outrigger's clean commitment, as you've seen in our our tour today, that safety and cleanliness is our highest priority. So while you continue to see increases in travelers and visitors to Waikiki in general, we're still very conscious of being able to keep our distance, wear our mask, washing our hands frequently, and host temperature checks. In terms of the restaurants, I would say, in talking to our general managers of both Duke's and Hula Grill, they are probably at a little over 50% capacity. That's just because of the 6-foot distance in between the tables, but not, again, restricted now that we're in Tier 3. There's not necessarily a restriction on the capacity overall.
All right, and I appreciate you sharing that component in the video of your clean commitment protocols and the Ecolab. So thank you for sharing all of that. We had some questions come in about activities and any restrictions to those festivals, things of that nature. Has the pandemic influenced any of that?
Yeah, currently we used to have quite a few festivities on Kalakaua Avenue, but because of last year, that definitely has come to a halt. However, as far as activities go, I mean, what do you guys want to do? There's so many things that are open right now, and it's so good to see everything start to open up the beginning of this year. Whether you want to take a surf lesson, as we mentioned earlier, that's always an option. Or if you wanted to grab a Mai Tai on a catamaran that's situated right outside of our property here, that is open as well. But there are quite a few activities also around the island that is open as of lately, yes.
Pearl Harbor, Hanauma Bay, they're open. All of our cultural activities, things like that. Kualoa Ranch is open as well. So quite a few of the highlights.
Yeah, I can speak from the ALGVacations side. Travel has just exploded in the last couple months. Everybody's ready to get back to doing what they used to do before the pandemic, and it's good to know that all those activities are available for them. So thank you for sharing that. LaShonda had asked about how she might be able to sign up for a lay class over there.
So there's actually no need to sign up. She can walk right into our Voyager 47 Club Lounge. Right now we're offering lay making on Fridays at 10:30. And you can meet Auntie Luana herself and learn from her and also take in the beautiful views from the Voyager 47 Club Lounge.
Okay, and Mary has a question. How close are the Reef and the Waikiki Beach hotels to each other?
Half a mile away from each other.
And is there any difference in the beach quality on either one?
I would definitely say the Outrigger Reef's beach is much more private to just the guests of Outrigger Reef, while Outrigger Waikiki kind of is a little bit more central on the beach part of Waikiki Beach. So it is a little bit busier in front of Outrigger Waikiki.
Okay, thank you. And Sandy's asking if you need to get tested before arriving in Hawaii. What are the CDC protocols for arriving into Hawaii nowadays?
Yes, so that is correct. Hawaii does participate in the pre-testing protocol. So prior to arrival to Hawaii or any of the Hawaiian Islands, you do need to do a COVID test 72 hours prior to arrival.
And we're hoping that changes in future with talks of vaccine passport and all of that. We have not, I know CDC did make their recommendations nationwide, and then Hawaii is still in discussion to make sure that we do it in the right way.
We appreciate that. And, I've noticed, state to state, protocols can be a little bit different, so can you kind of speak to the experience of, okay, if they leave the resort to go to some of those shops and restaurants in the area, what can travelers expect nowadays as far as mask wearing or any rules, local rules, any curfews, things of that nature?
I definitely will say everyone in Waikiki has taken in Hawaii, the Hawaiian word is kuleana, which means responsibility in Hawaiian. And a lot of people in Waikiki has taken on that responsibility or kuleana of wearing your mask. Even as you're walking down Kalakaua Avenue shopping, every shop that you go into, every restaurant, they do require a mask wearing. But as you're walking around Waikiki, it is kind of protocol that you do wear a mask while outdoors and kind of walking around the property.
Okay. But luckily no curfews or anything for us at this time. I mean, if the main is mask wearing, and that's as long as you can't keep a 6-foot distance, which is much of the time, but that's it.
Yeah, no curfews. So you can stay and drinking that Mai Tai at Duke's until 12.
Midnight.
Well, I'm on board with that recommendation. Thanks for that. Okay, so let's switch gears just a little bit. Someone had asked about loyalty programs for agents. Is there anything that you have available for them in that regard?
Yes, so we do have the Outrigger Expert Agent program, and a huge benefit for the Outrigger Expert Agent program is there are rewards not only for you, but for your clients and your guests. Another huge benefit for OEA agents is each time an agent books for their guest or client here on property, we will send them an amenity for you from you. So that's another huge benefit and rewards. And also just FYI, because it is Client Appreciation Month, we are doing a special industry rate. So please just feel free to reach out to either myself or Mary Loy, who is our Area Director of Leisure Sales, for what that looks like, because we would love to welcome everyone to this property or any of our 5 Waikiki properties this year.
Awesome. And someone had asked about the complimentary breakfast. Is there a specific room category that has that, or is that all room categories?
So that's the Voyager 47 Club Lounge, which is only included in our Club Lounge level rooms. So yes, it is limited, but what you can do for the rooms that for the rooms that aren't club level, there is an option to buy up into the club level club level lounge, which includes breakfast and afternoon appetizers and cocktails.
All right. Well, that's a nice option to have available. So
Yes.
that's good to mention. I'm glad you did that. Let's see. Fam trips, are those options available for travel advisors now?
Yes, yes, definitely. And we are, given the current times we're in, we're starting to open that up a little bit more and explore that. So once we have that information, just like the weddings, we'll definitely share that with everyone. But we want everyone to come and experience this property. So yes.
Okay, awesome. And someone had asked about the best time of year to travel to Hawaii. It's one of those questions, like I'm sure there's never a bad time, right?
All year. Yeah, I think the answer, I agree with Carly. It's year round. I don't think that there's ever a bad time to come to Hawaii or Waikiki Beach. I mean, this is pretty much the weather all year round. So I will say towards the latter part of the year, over year end, it does get quite busy. And of course, July is just bumping. It's just very busy. But pretty much year round, it's a beautiful time. It is a beautiful time to visit Waikiki Beach.
So when one travels to Hawaii, do you have any recommendations for maybe a day trip, leaving the resort property and doing some activities? Or is there anything that you find most clients really enjoy?
Tough one because there's so many different day trips that you can take out of Waikiki, whether it's hiking, going for a trip to Diamond Head, going to the North Shore, going to Kualoa Ranch. I know some people want to see the history and go to Pearl Harbor. So it's a really tough choice. I think it depends on what you're most interested in. What do you want to see? Do you want to see the outdoors? Do you want to go snorkeling or on a kayak trip to the Mokes? There's so many choices. I don't know. It's tough.
There's so many things to do on this island, and I'm biased because I live here, but this is by far my favorite island because you get a little bit of town and country. So as Carly mentioned, you have the North Shore to go and play. You can go on hikes. You can go, there's so many various activities that you can do while still having the luxury of being on Waikiki Beach and going shopping and eating out and having a Mai Tai until, late at night if you want. There's so many options on this island compared to the other Hawaiian islands, I will say.
Yeah, so many advisors recommend renting a car so you can really travel around and explore the island a bit. Is there any means of maybe renting a car for a day right from the hotel, or is that something that's a little more complex as far as planning goes?
No, we do have our concierge desk, which is located on our ground level, where you can definitely set up the renting of a car. We don't have them on property, but they will definitely put you in the direction of where you can pick up the vehicle to explore for the day. But yes.
All right, great to know. Angela's asking, will the Reef now have queen beds instead of full size?
Yes, it will. Very exciting. That extra 7 inches of room makes all the difference.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. I think I've caught most of the questions here. I'm going to throw it back to you two because I wanted to make sure if there's something I didn't cover or didn't ask that you think our travel advisors really should be aware of. So do either of you have anything that you wanted to mention before we wrap things up today?
I think one thing we did just want to kind of say is the key differences between our beachfront properties. I love the questions about the Reef, but I will say that the key differences between both of the properties is Outrigger Waikiki is really where you come to play. You have Waikiki Beach right here. There's surfing. It's all revolved around surf culture. You have Duke's Waikiki downstairs, an iconic restaurant located in our property, as well as the luxury of Voyager 47 Club Lounge to grab your morning breakfast. and to have a cocktail and pupus in the afternoon. The Outrigger Reef is where you go to relax. As Marcus Krebs mentioned, there is a whole wellness wing that we're putting together in that property. And that property is definitely where you go to relax and is very tied to Hawaiian culture. You see it as you walk through the property as well as in the guest rooms. It is enriched with our Hawaiian culture through the artwork, through our hosts, and through the wellness wing that we're putting together. So I will say that's pretty much the key differences between both of the properties when explaining it to any of your clients or your guests.
Okay, thank you so much. And we've had several requests for your contact information. Is there a website where they can go to reach out to you and ask questions and maybe get more information about the resort property?
Yes, you can go to theadvisor.com and or outriggeradvisor.com. All of my information is there. Carly's information is there, and yes, please reach out to us. We want you to come here.
Well, we certainly appreciated both of you sharing your time with us today. Of course, this virtual FAM has been recorded, and we'll make that recording available for everybody on our ALG education page a little bit later this afternoon. I will be forwarding a question transcript off to you two as well. So if there's any questions that you would like to follow up on, you'll have the ability to do that. Also, I encourage everybody to fill out the post survey and tell us what you liked and what you're looking for in upcoming webinars. Obviously, we all love that view behind you two.
And before we hop off, Michael, we just wanted to show everybody one last view of Waikiki Beach here and take you outside.
Oh my gosh. I'm watching from cold Wisconsin, so you guys are really not helping my cabin fever at all with that. That's just beautiful. Yeah, so
don't mean to make everyone so jealous.
Yeah, I was telling you I wanted to swap jobs with you before we started this webinar, but yeah, that's just awesome. You two are definitely blessed with a wonderful opportunity to be there. And I think a lot of us are anxious to join you two. So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks to our group of travel advisors that took the time to share their afternoon with us as well. I hope you found value in today's webinar. Any last words before we let everyone go?
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, mahalo e komomai. Thank you, everyone, so much for your time.
Mahalo, and we'll see you at our next webinar soon. I hope everyone take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
Aloha. Aloha.